Hey guys, gonna be raid rogue blah, 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 rogue raidering today. I've never played it. We're gonna see how it goes. I think I'll have fun with it. Um, I don't play a lot of CRPGs, but the ones I have played, I've had a lot of fun with. I played Wasteland 3 with a friend of mine. Damn near beat that game. We had 60 hours in it. Baldur's Gate 3, obviously. Didn't play very much Baldur's Gate 3. It felt very unfortunate to not play more Baldur's Gate 3, but the issue is um the wife and I were playing, and it kind of felt like almost neither of us wanting to take the reins to really control what's going on in the game, and having to hard save, I think, pissed us off. To be honest with you, I think it should save after every encounter. That's just me. Needless to say, I mean, Divinity's Reach 1 and 2. Sorry, no, not Divinity's Reach. Divinity's Original Sin. That's what it's called. Divinity Original Sin 2. I played more than one by a country mile. Second one was a lot of fun. Dig. Adjust the color scheme of your screen. I mean, these all look good. My God, it's loud. That seems better. So what does this do? Does it change all the colors? Ah, it does. Interesting. Allow sending of saved games. Tutorials, dialogue, auto pause. Awesome lost focus. Probably gonna turn that on just in case. Turn-based mode. Controls. It does. Display graphics. PC off. Frame rate limit of 144. Got the feels. Is that fine in this game? Usually I turn it off in like first persons. Maybe I'll leave it on for this game. Ground density, film grain. Yeah, I'll leave it on. Leave it on, I guess. Graphics quality. Only works when VSync is disabled. That's what I wanted. Alright. Yeah, I'll leave those on. Did we do a harder difficulty? I don't know. Difficulty is designed for players unfamiliar with the base game systems or those who play tactical games and CRPGs infrequently. I guess that would be me, technically. Unfair difficulty level is unfair. Extremely well optimized. Well, we definitely can't do that. Fuck, man. I guess we'll play in normal. If it's too easy, maybe we'll up it somehow. Base combat difficulty, it's all fine. Kind of cool. You can have your like a total normal, like however you wanted to play. I like that. Grim Darkness. No loading from an earlier point, no second chances, no changing previous decisions. I mean, sounds cool to do. Do you only save when you close the game? It's kind of sucky because now it won't auto save. It means every time you lose, you'll have to redo it. If you're... Oh, no, it's permadeath, I think. You will be honorably... You will be offered to honorably accept your fate or delete the save or continue the game in custom mode. However, completing the game will not grant this is only war achievement. Oh, this does have multiplayer. Co-op. Leave it to normal. Fuck it. We're here for a good time, not a long time, probably. Okay, so these are the pre-built characters. Commissar. Prime Lord or Astra Militarum Commander. We're gonna probably create our own character. appearance. Is that what I wanted to do? I think so. Dude, what a sick image. I want to make a guy. I don't know what kind of guy to make. You know what I mean? I do kind of like this image. Well, this is also kind of a sick image. Yeah, we'll do a female just because I like this image. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Sorry about that. While I'm doing something, I guess I'm gonna kick the guy from my chat. Why is it not working? Hello, man, the dude. His band. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, you broke into my room, girl. Alrighty. Anywho. Ah, dang, dude. You make it thin. Yeah, well, I guess that's normal, probably. Get a little bit thick. Yeah, really thin. Which would be normal. I don't really care so much for complexion, if I'm being honest with you. Jeez. It's gonna be blonde. Whatever constitute blonde in here. That's probably blonde. Maybe we could say this portrait is like an old hair style. Maybe we've grown out of that. Recently got it cut, perhaps. Pretty close. Honestly, it's pretty limiting. What the hell? This is a sick portrait. I'm surprised that like they don't have the hairs that match it. You know what I mean? You do the comb over? Why is this a different value? Like, this is definitely more blonde. Yeah, that's what we want. Moon tattoos. Let me stick. You only do one sleeve? What if I wanted both sleeves? You can only do one sleeve. Oh, you have slots. I see. They can't do both sleeves. We'll do that, I guess, and then we'll do a different tattoo on the left arm. You can like overlay tattoos. That's interesting. What's up with the eyebrows? That probably. Augmentations. What do we got here? Are they all the same? I think they are. I'd like something like here. Ish. I'm not quite seeing that. Like this, but on the other side of the face, basically. Weird that they only have it on one side. Maybe there were better hairs for them. Here works. That shows the face more. Well, I guess that's technically. I mean, that's technically the hair she has, just a length difference. Maybe I recently got my hair done. And maybe we do something like that. On the opposite side of her head, but that's okay. Do you want a face tattoo? She even has a face tattoo, actually. I feel like I should go down on her forehead just a little bit, but can't do anything about that. Oh, I accidentally changed the sleeve. There we go. Get 3. You do scars as well. I like that one. We're a rough and tumble, okay? This color. Oh, I guess it needs to be black, doesn't it? There we go. Limitations, boys.
We don't stand a chance.
Pious.
We have purified.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens. Behold as I slay them in my devotion.
Daring male. There's no daring female? What the hell is this? Sexism. No voice.
Let the bodies pile.
That might be more crazy than I expected.
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
I don't like the heretic female, to be honest. Death Worlds. In Death Worlds, the planet's beasts, sometimes even the environment itself takes aggressive and destructive forms inimical to human life. While it's exceptionally difficult to colonize, many Death Planet worlds Possess valuable resources that require an outpost or other human presence upon the planet's surface to harvest. Get survival instinct once per combat. When the wound of a Death World character drops below 30%, they gain 20% of their maximum wounds as temporary wounds. Okay. Like it's what is wounds? Is that health? Seems like it's health. Yeah, I think it's health. Death World characters also gain 20% bonus to dodge and armor while they have at least one temporary wound. Okay. Voidborn. Humans birthed in the belly of a void vessel or aboard an ancient orbital satellite. Those who have lived their lives on void ships become inured to such an extent due to the reality-altering process of warp travel. They may have minor deformities or a strangeness to their speech and gait. So, if I fail any roll, I can roll again for a 20% chance of success. That's not bad. Willpower, intelligence. High willpower allows characters to exert control over a crowd. Oh, interesting. Intelligence is a measurement of the character's acumen, reason, and knowledge. For each point in intelligence, characters deal 5% more damage to non-burst range attack areas. Area attacks. Non-burst range area attacks. Also affects the lore Imperium. I guess you know more about the Imperium if you like that. Hiveworld's population is so dense that great swaths of the surface of the world are frequently covered in gargantuan cities bejeweled with towering spires that pierce the atmosphere. Hiveworlds are vital to the welfare of the Imperium, are the beating heart of the economy and the war machine. They produce munitions for the Emperor's armies. And they gain +1 fellowship. Basically, this is a charisma build. Except for -2 penalty resolved with no creatures around. Interesting. That's fine. That's fine, because you would always have, like, companions, really. So, Forge Worlds are probably what they say they are. Yeah, they manufacture. They get subskin armor, which gives you armor bonus. What? They get an agility bonus because of the locomotion systems, analytic systems. Okay, so basically I get a bunch of like augmentations. Humanity's finest can select any characteristic except for weapon skill or ballistic skill and add a +10 bonus. So this is a pretty much like, you can do whatever you want. Whatever you want to do. No heresy. Never stop shooting. Each time a Fortress World character kills an enemy, they gain +10 stacks of Never Stop Shooting. At the start of the turn, there is a stack of Never Stop Shooting % chance that the first attack this round will cost 0 AP. That sounds pretty strong. Planets where the entire populace is immersed in warfare, they constantly train for the day that they may be called upon to defend the Imperium, a charge they solemnly uphold. Fortress worlds are established as bulwarks against the enemy. Thinking I do... I want to do a hive world, I think. Getting like a higher fellowship sounds kind of sick. Probably good for dialogue. And then agility is good for dodging, so. But willpower is... I would think willpower would be good for this kind of character. Represents character's ability to interact with other creatures to deceive, charm, or befriend them. High fellowship will help a character find a way to approach a gathering of unsociable servants or to effortlessly make deals with treacherous merchants. Whereas willpower reflects a character's ability to withstand the horrors of the warp. High willpower allows players to exert control over a crowd or interrogate a heretic. It increases the chance of resisting negative mental effects. Okay, I see. This is more like combat. This is communication. And you also get a bonus when you're in a group. So I think I'm going to go Hive World. Man, we're not even halfway through. The Astra Militarum Commander. The Imperial Guard is the primary fighting force of the Imperium. He has served as one of the commanders of an Astra Militarum regiment, commanding thousands and winning battles in the name of the God Emperor. You're not really digging the clothes. You can give all your allies an additional... What is this? Perception? Yeah, perception damage percentage to enemies that are adjacent to the commander. Or their allies until the end of the commander's next turn. Suffer no damage from ally attacks until the end of the... That's kind of crazy. What if you had like a team of like grenadiers? Used regimental tactics, bombed the entire area, did no friendly fire damage. That sounds sick. I mean, this outfit looks awesome. Commissars of the Officio Prefectus are ruthless officers charged with maintaining the morale, discipline, and fighting spirits of their Astra Militarum. I think I might go this, but I don't know. He used to be one of those faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of Imperium authority, regarded as with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. Gives me a fellowship bonus, coercion, and athletics. Both of those go up. And I get at all costs. Commissar's next single shot or single target melee attack applies the following effects. The target becomes marked. The ally who kills the marked enemy gains an extra turn after the current one. Oh, if I mark a teammate, all allies gain an additional AP plus 3 MP for 1 round. And the Commissar does not get the bonus. Duty and honor. While the Commissar's ability allies is under the effect of at all costs, that ally suffers 50% increased damage but gains a shit ton of AP. Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of different ways to play. I think I'm gonna go Commissar. I know I didn't check these guys, but that's all right. Let's see. This is the Triumph. Like, I guess this is like what I did to be really good. Million ways to play the game. It seems that way, yeah. Now, do I just stack more coercion? I think I do. Yeah. Darkest Hour. Those of all who perish in a brutal offense. It encompasses the subconscious ability to react to things that the conscious mind may not perceive. The awareness of the player to notice traps, cleverly hidden objects, particular passages. Okay. And what is this? Athletics. Talked about the strength characteristic. It's the character's ability to traverse difficult terrain. For example, to leap over collapsed sections of the deck or climb over slippery rocks. I think we'll drop the athletics. You only choose one of the first tier archetypes at the moment. Archetypes are development paths that your characters follow. Each archetype encapsulates a unique set of skills and expertise and represents a specific combat specialization. Choose who you want to be in the grim, darker future. I'm thinking it's probably going to be a soldier. Does it tell me more? It does. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat abilities of their allies. I've kind of leaned really heavily into this, so I think it's not a bad idea. Those should do. Master of all ranged weapon, quickly able to assume an advantageous position. Movement and range attacks, cover dodge. I think I'm gonna go officer. That could become a lot of things. Taking hold. So really, it looks like if I play this archetype, it's gonna be like pumping all of my guys with a bunch of AP and hoping they don't die on the turn, that they take 50% more damage. I'm digging it. If that's not Warhammer 40k, I don't know what it is. Okay, our agility is 35. Even taking a -5 hit, 35 is pretty good. Seems like willpower is really low. How many points do we have to spend? 30. I think I'm gonna bump up willpower a little bit. Move fellowship of 40. Coercion of 50. Persuasion's kind of lower, but I'm probably doing a lot of coercion. Let's look at skill. Let's this. I'm gonna be using probably guns from the back line. Increases their parry and reduces enemy parry chance against melee attacks. It also increases chance of critical strikes. Interesting. Is this only melee though? Yeah, it's okay, it's close combat. I don't care about close combat. Let's do a thing into agility. Maybe 5 points into perception, and then dump the last of them into fellowship, maybe. Melee ballistic. I got you. Yeah. Right. Patient Fortune. Glorium Libertatum. Harbinger of War. Sick. Look at that. I thought there'd be more choices here, if I'm being honest. Every other page has got a billion choices. This has got one chip. You get one chip. The flagship is the mightiest void ship belonging to the Von Valencia. I didn't say it to begin with because I didn't know how it was going to come out of my mouth, and there you go. Yeah, I agree. They could have done like 3 ships, surely. What do I name myself? Do I have to go with a classic pumpkin bread? Let's see what we come up with. Philomena. Beatrice? I don't like that. Eustania. That's a decent name. Augustania. Marania. I like that. We'll go with Marania. We're Hive World Commissaire with illustrious glory and shadow of torment. I think this negative here is almost, it doesn't matter because I have 40 agility anyways. My agility is pretty low. Gives a shadow of torment. Is that why it's red? I think so. There we go. That only took an hour. Maybe they'll release DLC with ships in it. Seems like a no-brainer. Oh, I have to press the key. Oh boy, I'm excited. I imagine the first part of the game is gonna be kind of rough until I get a bunch of teammates. Because I quite literally get a negative, a debuff for not having teammates.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Sublimity. It's kind of cool that they have these little. I love games that do this, where they have like this little like insight as to what they're talking about. If you have no idea who the God Emperor is, it'll tell you. Truly an inspiring sight. Frankly, such an excess can be tiring at times. All this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, is enough to make one think the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify. Have we met?
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
I don't know what kind of person I'm trying to play here. Am I an asshole this playthrough? I feel like everyone in the Warhammer universe is kind of asshole adjacent, right? Ooh, do we give him the full title? I think we do. Stand on business. Divisional Commissar of the Officio Prefectus. I didn't say my last name. Zenithal. I guess that's probably my family name, because that's the whole point of the
My
name.
regards, Commissar. Finding you was a difficult task given your parents' fate and your upbringing in the Schola Progenium. Truly, our meeting is an act of providence, is it not?
He fucking smiles at me, dude. Smiles at me? This guy? Faintly? Schola Progenium. Division of the what the fuck are these words, man? Responsible. It's a division of this place responsible for the upbringing, education, and training of orphans of those officers and nobles who have died in the service. I see. So it's like an orphanage-ish for the school. Makes sense, actually, based on the context.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this voyage ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor.
Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius. I'll keep the name in mind. God damn, there's a lot of options. Lord Captain, a strange title for her. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have I been brought here? You have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Tell me the one on whose ship I found myself. Maybe one of the rogue traders' heirs. So there is another candidate. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it. Getting down to business, or do I ask about Lady Theodora? Do I even care about Lady Theodora as this character? I don't think I do. Another person working for the God Emperor, another person in my way to success, world domination, I don't know. Let's address these.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness. And I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
Guy looks like a dweeb. What's he got a gun out for? Pocket watch and a gun in your hand? What are you doing?
The Lord's Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us
Edelthrad von Valencius. So they are in the same family? Like husband and wife. Rogue trader Theodore von Valancius desires to personally meet with the person who recently boarded the ship. Yeah, so, okay. Move the camera, WASD, rotate the camera, yep. How do I lock on?
Fate
There we go.
beckons me. There is a fervor.
Can it
in
not
my
follow the character?
soul.
Hello? It's not.
Embrace true power.
Interactable stuff. Some objects in the game can be interacted in a special way. They are marked with a specific icon. Some icons allow you to study objects. Others will transfer the character to neighboring locations. Click left mouse button to activate them. Yeah. Okay, so if we hold tab, everything we can interact with. Massive conference table, obviously crafted from real wood. Oh, that's insane. What's the date on the screen? The sacred mechanism has been interfered with without due reverence. The duration of the data processing cycle has tripled. Okay. Make a reference to the unfamiliar system. Show the data on the screen. Lay people interfering with the operation of the sacred mechanisms disturbs the machine spirits. In the name of the Omnissiah, refrain from any further profane acts. Are they talking to me? Is he talking to me? There's a screen saying that. This is above his head. I think he is talking to me. What an asshole. I wish I could zoom out a bit more. So it's tab. Okay, tab. I'm not gonna talk to every NPC. Okay, I ain't got time for that. Where did that guy go even? If I look at the map. Okay, I can move my camera around the map.
I am not afraid to embrace the revelations that make others shriek and cover. That is the difference between me and ignorant filth.
One of the Von Valancius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
I gotta be honest with you, guy. It looks like every other room on the ship.
What's happening?
The servitors! They're going crazy.
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
That guy had so long to run. You have been ambushed. The battle begins. Describing in the grim, dark darkness of the future, the far future, you will have to face enemies of all kinds. Click on the button on top of the screen to start the battle. Jesus, these guys suck. Movement and combat. All battles in the game are turn-based. Yeah, that makes sense. Click on the cell with the highlighted. Double click to move. Movement points determine how far the character can move. Yeah, that makes sense. Moving diagonal will be more costly. Second diagonal cell is 2 MP. That's crazy. Oh, okay. Do we want to move? I don't think I want to. Voice of command. Officer forces an ally to push themselves, increasing the characteristics by 14 for 1 round.
Purpose guides me.
At all costs. What is it? Chances? What are the chances on the screen? So do I do the 1 key? 1 key to select. Damage. Ooh, that is unfortunate. Let's shoot again. And now I can't move. Is that it?
One step closer.
Don't fuck this up, little guy. Maybe you have to move before you do any combat actions. Dude, these guys are just getting destroyed. %50 chance. I see. Is it because is it like too far away? Max distance 42%. Effective distance 85% chance. What is the effective distance though? Is that like that the red? Is that the red around me? In which case, shouldn't do that. I should do like that.
Amidst the carnage, I find purpose.
Make attacks and use abilities in combat must spend action points. The total display of each attack or ability has a certain cost. Number of squares next to the icon of attacks indicate their AP cost at the start of the character's turn. They're restored, yeah. Click on the icon. The amount of damage you deal depends on the parameters. Effectiveness of the shot depends on the distance between the character and the enemy. When you target an enemy with a single shot, you will see 2 areas denoting the effective and maximum fire ranges. Okay. Some abilities are considered attack actions. Can only be used once per turn unless affected by certain talents. Okay. So if I use this, he's within the range, right? Yeah.
Ruin beckons.
I still missed. Damn bad.
I won't waste my time on that. I will not stoop to this.
Equip your character with a decent weapon and place it in an advantage point. Abilities and talents that improve weapon skill characteristics will help you hit more often. Okay. Why is it guy so hard to hit? This guy has not attacked once, has he? Can I target myself with this?
This is beneath me.
No. Kind of weird that you can't attack and then move. Tick dodge. Oh my god. Characters with melee weapons block adjacent movement enemies' ability to perform attacks. They make an attack of opportunity. Yeah, that makes sense. They block adjacent melee's ability, adjacent enemies' ability to perform attacks with a ranged weapon. Okay, so I can't. I'm gonna have a hard time attacking this guy. That's what it's saying. But if I move away, he'll attack me. I guess I need to move away. Oh!
Blessed one won't fall.
What the fuck? Dude, this is normal difficulty. I'm gonna get one shot by this guy.
Purpose guides me.
Is he gonna come and kill him, you think?
For the glory of the Imperium!
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
So you say. Stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Gives me a curt bow, eh? Okay, so do I get healed? I think it did heal me. So, all these bodies here. Wires in the servitor's head are still smoldering. It would seem the cause of this map. Bitch, I was reading that. Was the short circuiting of the motive force. Interesting. Tarantula sentry gun constructed in the blessing of the Adeptus Mechanicus using a standard template.
Powers unseen
I don't really care about all of
uncover my
that.
path.
You raise your head again, I'll hand you over to the tech priest for servitorization. Oh. Guys, keep your head down. For your own good. There's a bunch of servitors. As you approach, something in the servitor's body begins to hum as if it's in response to your presence. After a couple seconds, the noise subsides. The Grand Void Ship Temple occupies the entire space below the officer's deck and is lit by countless candles and lumens. And it's a big door. A real big door.
The world will bow.
Exactly. Tech priests.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Oh shit. Says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension, his face, half of which is covered by sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and belief. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Okay.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
Survey the room. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to take in the room, figure out who's here. First impression of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment skin-like stretch over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervous twitching fingers and the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. And who is that? Which one is that? Is that this guy? Or is it this guy? Really hard to tell. This camera angle leaves a little bit to be desired. I'm not gonna lie. Continue. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencius, features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is gray-haired officer, this guy here. So I was right, it's this guy. Of impeccable bearing, who is studying the contents of his data slate. The other is a behemoth, bristling with holsters and baldricks, containing all manner of weapons. This guy.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched force you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Ooh. Subject of the Imperium with a unique hereditary title. A rogue trader is tasked with exploring and exploiting the still uncharted regions of the galaxy for the benefit of mankind. Yeah, I think I did read somewhere that the rogue trader has some of the highest levels of like authority inside of the Imperium, like very high. Approach and give me your answer. Continue.
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crew sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
That's a good question, your ladyship. Your character's skills reflect their knowledge and capabilities. Some dialogues automatically initiate passive skill tests, in which a test succeeds. If such a test succeeds, new information will be revealed or a hidden dialogue option. If your character is traveling with allies, the party member with the highest score in the applicable skill is selected for each given passive skill. It says succeeded here. Does that mean I just... Oh, okay. Chance is greater than 1%, basically. Or greater than 100%. So I can get away with either of these. Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify that it is indeed the case, and if the population of Ion 6 engages in Xeno worship. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on Ion 6 is witchcraft or not. It may cost several cycles to do so, but it'll give us the answer. I like this idea, because that means we can purge the planet if they are engaging in Xeno worship.
Reasonable and prudent. However, chasing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor.
She arched an eyebrow at that.
Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far more dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you are simply unaware of their existence.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthrad. Ooh, shit, dude. Okay. Dialogue. We're both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Edelthrad. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you will live to regret the consequences. Shut your mouth, Edelthrad, before I decide to shut it for you. I like the first one, because that's like, I'm disengaging from his fucking bullshit. He's beneath me. I like it.
Insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare you?
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding up the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his...
You told him to get the fuck out.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here?
Was it not you who sent for me? That feels like giving her too much power. I don't want to give her too much power, but I don't want to disrespect her. Do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. That seems a little snippy. There are questions that I wish to have answered. I'm going to say 3 anyways.
Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity.
Ooh, okay. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted the opportunity. Okay.
My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all.
Ooh, okay, so what is the warrant of trade? A relic document that affirms the preeminent rights of a rotator throughout the galaxy. So basically, it's just like it's a badge that says, "Hey, I'm allowed to do this," which is fair enough.
It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with Fon Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
Should I question the fact that there are other heirs, or say that we're ready? I'm not gonna say it's all too sudden to me, because I want the power. I want the power. I want the ability to do what I want, to control the galaxy. Hell, even become the next god emperor. Maybe not that far. Maybe not that far. Does this mean there are other heirs?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Interesting.
Bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Interesting. Okay. The Master of... do we ask about the Masters of Whisper? I think we do.
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name Fon Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
She's not happy with him. If you are satisfied at Edeldrath, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edelthrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Coronis Expanse.
Yes.
Once, you were a commissar of the Imperial Guard, a political officer who was not afraid to face her own death or to send her underlings to theirs. Resolve, faith, implacability. All of it gives one a unique perspective when presented with a situation where a less steadfast individual could falter. Trust me, your future holds plenty of situations where your commitment to your duty, or your house's interests, will be one of your strengths.
Dick. She likes me.
Moreover, even changing your family name will not rid you of the fame you previously garnered. I hope it will also help you bring glory to the Fon Valancius dynasty, to which you now belong.
I am ready to take on the sacred purpose.
Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things currently stand, I have doubts that you are suitable for the role of rogue trader.
Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now?
I have some time before the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship's translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge.
Let's see. Tell her about the incident with servitors.
Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were careless during maintenance. Or it could be the warp playing tricks on us in spite of the Gellerfield. Or perhaps there is something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all.
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff.
Riffraff. Excuse me.
Now enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. This ship is ancient. It has enough hidden nooks, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkheads and plotting against those who yet live.
Should I ask her for ways to prove myself? I don't think she wants that being said. What are my current responsibilities?
Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually, I will find a post that suits you as I did for Ethelthrad. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide.
Where's the ship heading?
The Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers, and rivals. Besides me, 2 other rogue traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House von Valancius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor.
Why don't we just kill him, boss? Let's just kill him. Coronis Expanse is like the scary space, right? Scattered, poorly explored regions of the frontier, yeah.
I set the course for Rykad on the demand for a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time.
What, did she just think I'm not worth killing? I'm not gonna grovel. I have no more questions.
In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated.
Perhaps. No, Lee! How'd they get on board? Aren't we in space? Stowaways, perhaps?
Your struggles are in vain. Your emperor
All combatants act in turns, and their order is determined by initiative roll. The order of turns is displayed on the left of the screen. The character at the bottom goes first. Okay. Theodora goes first. Enter battle.
For now.
Follow my lead.
There's a lot of enemies, not gonna lie.
Reduced to dust.
Holy shit, he just killed 2 of them at once.
My faith strengthens me. To the heretics.
Holy shit, these guys are insane.
Weak.
Use cover to avoid enemy attacks. Cover that a player can hide behind or mark a shield. Okay, yeah. This is half cover here, full cover here. Get 2 enemies here. 3 enemies here. So I think we're gonna do this. We're going to...
I
Buff
won't waste my
Albadar.
time on that.
Why can I not do that? He becomes a target of the voice of command. Okay. Just because he's already buffed, maybe? Maybe they can only have one buff at a time. %, chance, 95% chance.
I need no gun. Death shall reign. I am your doom.
Dude, these guys are not doing very much damage at all.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Okay, melee seems kind of OP, man. Holy!
Follow my lead. Die!
Chaos guides me.
Yeah, run away. I would.
Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Let's go right here. Oh, is there a way to set your character has received temporary positive effect from an ally? Such effects. Yep. Okay. Let's get some cover there. I wonder if I can get a better shot from like here.
I will try.
Oh, I missed. That's a shame.
Emperor, protect me.
My place is at the fore. One fewer target.
Easy peasy. I even got a kill.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel.
Wi-Fi static. What is happening? What are your orders?
Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick about it.
Yeah.
The world trembles beneath my feet.
Enemy important character. Journal. Find the Arc Militant. Upper decks is under attack. The Arc Militant Mort has left to clear the path to the lift landing in the upper decks.
Embrace true power.
What am I stuck on? Back to this guy. This is all the. I thought it would pop up a box. It's not looking good. Yeah. Okay. Fair. You guys are getting mowed down, man.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up.
Hello, Mort.
Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it.
Mort, pull yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their minds and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report!
I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only Voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny.
Who would attempt a mutiny in the warp? We must provide immediate assistance to those in the middle decks. Perhaps they might still... We might stop this wave from spreading. Let's do that.
First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. And I have the means to do both things at once.
Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously.
Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18.
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-militant, with me. I must go to my study. And it appears we might encounter heretics along the way.
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance. And if our goal is to bring Edelthrad
This guy's
back,
betraying
I
us.
could use some support.
He's part of the
After
problem.
all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the House as the esteemed Arch-Militant, and taking into consideration Edelthrad's psychic powers.
This guy's betrayed us.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand?
I will do everything. I hear and obey. I'm gonna say I hear and obey.
Then move out! Mort, come.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear.
You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is fraught with risk. Should I say that? I think I will.
I see you have quickly earned Lady Theodora's trust. If she is already sharing her closely guarded secrets with you. But that is no longer relevant.
Hey, the fucker! I knew it. I knew it. Promise you a special destiny, Morania. This time to play that. I think it would have made more sense if she had not sent me with him. If she already had problems with the guy. Losing both heirs is surely worse.
Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
What is the meaning of this?
You must have hit your head harder than I thought. No matter. Very little is required of you. Just your blood, which you can either share of your own volition, or I will spill it for you. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates to the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
What is it, inbred? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel? That's kind of fucked.
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, fond Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
I have no intention of helping you.
I am afraid that you have no choice in the matter. Try to resist, and I will demonstrate the power that the Warp holds over mortals. Come to think of it, I
Blade
might
without a
even
handle.
take some pleasure in
Interesting.
doing so.
To the void with you. Blade flashes the dim light and drops of blood appear on your palm. For a brief moment you feel nauseous, your head is spinning, and then quiet whispers begin to flood your mind. More and more sourceless echoes of voices echo each other, bring out your own thoughts, replacing them with a singular urge. Go to the gate, go to the gate. Fight the voices. Voices in your head giggle, mock your desperate cry. You feel the intruding influence forcing you onto your feet and make you take a step forward towards the gate, looming in the center of the chamber. Mind control. Fuck. One of the valuable dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, these are made which are made automatically. In this case, you can decide whether or not to select an option, the consequences of which will depend on the test. Depending on the context, it might change the course of the conversation, alter the character's attitude, or perform an action whose consequences will only become apparent later. And the number after the skill of the name indicates the difficulty of the test. Once your character starts traveling with their allies, party members, In the gateway arch, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built in front of the panel. As you approach, his torso twists slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns his head to you, one of its eye sockets lighting up with two ember-like irises. Examine the device. You carefully inspect the design of the gate. A cogitator, which immediately catches your eye, is the strange alloy that was used as the material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this is some kind of archaeotech relic. Okay. The servitor begins to move with a screeching and grinning of metal. It leans forward closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of any of a living human could. The mouth is filled with sharp metal fangs that glint with dim light. A vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voices that filled your head after Void Sphere wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their source coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. Examine the Sentinel. It looks noticeably different from the ones you're used to. Its skin covering is stitched together with copper thread. It has metal hinges in place of stented joints. It seems that the creators of the Sentinel did everything to ensure the service life of this unit could be much longer than that of an ordinary automaton. Look back.
Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
For anything to be used as a weapon. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber anteroom is completely empty in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar. I place my hand in his mouth then. Sentinel's jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the surface of his throat, and immediately you hear humming as servo motors start up and the pumps stir in motion. The video screen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. Jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe, and close your eyes to pretend none of this ever happened. I think this would say.
High levels of caustic humus. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the Sentinel, the cogitator? Is it a figment of your weary mind? Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Yes, I do require assistance. Pain shoots through your head and subsides just as quickly. It would seem the entity coiled in your consciousness does not have the ability to do any real harm.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Holy!
There is still another way.
Alright, I'm like, check the warrant chamber. Let it be known that by my will and by the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them their dynasty of the great mission. To be the paragon of humanity unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite worlds, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the themes of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns through pain and sickness.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Okay. I need to contact Theodora.
Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Bookmaster, restore communication with the Navigator Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head...
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Okay. Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel, designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by.
Do you have any weapons?
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
It will not answer you. Go fuck yourself, little skull bot. Think you're so cute? You're not. Leave me.
Middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration.
Solid defense protocol? I'd say so.
Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing safety of the warrant is secured.
Sorry. Assuming the probability, safe placement in the areas, concentrate. Yep. Prevent unauthorized units from breaching the chamber. Preemptive sealing must be initiated. Okay. You see notifications at the top of the screen indicating the status of your current objective has been updated. Yeah, I know what a journal is. Rumors in contract section also contain important information. Okay.
Let's seize the opportunity.
So, steal the warrant chamber.
Run, fools, or fall!
Oh shit. You couldn't pay me enough to run at a guy with a chainsaw sword, I'm just saying. There's levels to this shit, and he's on another level.
What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad is a traitor. We parted ways on the officer's deck. He stunned me somehow and brought me here.
What?
What? He intended to take revenge on Theodora for something, and trying to reach the warrant was some part of the plan. He is clearly serving the unholy gods of the warp. The thing is, I don't know enough to say either of these things. He really didn't say, I'm gonna kill Theodora, rah. He just said he wanted it. But he is serving the gods of the warp.
The gods of the warp? Kunrad is a heretic. Oh, Voidfare, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt.
Openly admitted that he's the mastermind behind the mutiny.
Saints' blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, mistress. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Bro, I got kidnapped. I didn't say, you know what, fuck it, I don't need the gun. This guy. Treating injuries. While fighting, your character can lose some of their wounds. Character has suffered an injury for being attacked. This happens when a character receives damage. Okay, well, an injury is not the same. Falling into a trap or suffering damage that exceeds 50% of their total wounds within one round, you get a fresh injury. If it's not healed within 3 rounds using a medkit, it will turn into an old injury, which is harder to get rid of. All injuries reduce a character's parameters, and if 3 or more injuries accumulate, they turn into traumas. The number of injuries that cause trauma may vary depending on the difficulty of the game. Okay, so you have wounds that turn into injuries, which turn into traumas. What an interesting system. Fresh. It's fresh for 3 rounds, then it becomes old for 3 rounds, and then it gets worse. When they lose all of their wounds, they fall unconscious. Okay. Wait, so is it good to have wounds or not? Now you got me confused. All wounds are replenished automatically, but any injuries they may have sustained remain. Ballard can heal your character's injuries. Okay.
Your seneschal is always there for you. Let me help.
I'll remember this. My ascension has only just begun.
New items. All items are added to your inventory. Open new weapons and armor. Open your inventory. Yeah, that makes sense. Switch between party members using the arrows on the top of the screen. Cannot be equipped by this character. Why? Why not?
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered Voxcasts, we have no information to go on.
That's crazy.
But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the Navigator and the Master Helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the Navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
Okay. Translation. Heard one of her vodcasts.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well.
That was a weird
safely
response.
In charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
Very weird response. How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive.
Yeah, I didn't do
You mean
that.
to say you did no such thing?
The Warrant Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort.
This guy knows nothing about it. Yeah, he's a void creature. Shapeshifting, I bet. Probably.
The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I'm special. Lead the way, lead the way. What is wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, Navigator. However, I have spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has faltered. Perhaps the Navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak.
That's a scary job, man. Can you imagine that?
If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the warp. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
All right. Very well. Lead the way.
Absolutely. Let us proceed.
To all loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor! Fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might, destroy those who have dared!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the rogue trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved.
Yeah.
Onward.
Okay, dude.
I am the harbinger of discord.
All of you will bleed!
I should have read that. I did not read it. My bad. I can't change. Okay, well, I only equipped the sword because that's all it allowed me to equip. So this is going to be kind of awkward. Not really made for melee combat.
Out of my way! Death to non-believers!
But thankfully, this guy is like super strong. So. Yes, everybody stack up in a nice little box. Make it easy. Combat abilities of a character spins differs depending on their archetype. Available abilities are located at the bottom of the screen. Yes. Ability to use it. You will also see abilities area of effects. Each character in this area will have a number displayed after denoting the probability of. Okay. When you're already using ability, left click again to confirm your choice. During your adventures, your characters will gain new abilities and talents as the powers grow.
One step closer.
What? Why would you just swing? What? Ah, okay. I maybe I have to manually move first. I was kind of hoping the game would handle that for me. Didn't do that.
I serve the ruinous powers!
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Right, Abelard, they're all stacked up for you. What in the world? Okay, this guy does not know what he's doing. Melee, drawing your enemy's attack. Charge is an ability that only works when you use a melee weapon. It's next to an attack action. Note that charge can only be used if the character has 2 or more cells away from the target. The attacks hit automatically with no need for a roll. The enemy will try to dodge and parry. Many attacks can be used to make area attacks. Yeah.
It will be done. I took care of this one. I'd rather not. I will do my duty.
Brace for impact. For 1 round, the officer in the gain 2 deflection. Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
Out of my way! Death to non-believers!
I will try. What a satisfying demise.
Critical hit that deals increased damage. Yeah. Okay. 150% damage. And damage stat. Sure. Is he still buff? He is. Overexerted. Oh, I see. Okay, increases their characteristics for 1 round. Sure. Tick parry.
Chaos guides me.
Oh, my is ringing.
This guy has only done damage to his teammates, which is so fun anyway. Let's do a strike on this guy.
At your beck and one fewer target.
And then charge this dude down. Well, if you wait, am I gonna be on fire if I hit that guy? I don't know.
Indeed.
I guess not.
So the
Let's get behind him.
Death shall reign.
You can advance level your characters and companions, prevailing in battle, exploring the Corona's expanse, including quest energy experience. Each level gains you new progression options. Yep. Okay, now the gun in my other hand. So we can level up now. What's the skill? Persuasion, commerce. Where's my commerce right now? It's 45. I can make it 55. Or I can increase my lore knowledge. I feel like doing lore knowledge would be better, maybe. We have a 45 here in persuasion. We have a 45 here. Lore is only a 30. It represents the ability to resist negative effects. I don't care about that. I think we're gonna go lore. Because I think having a higher lore will give us new dialogue stuff. We just go straight into athletics, maybe? There we go.
There is a
Does he follow me, or do I need to like select them
soul.
both? Use a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts. Some parts are not available yet. Over time, you will get access to them. Okay. Navigator Sanctum. Cutscene.
I hear it here on the threshold of the blinded guide. Doom comes from the heavens.
Master, watch your head.
Thick barrel roll.
Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abala, how they sing.
And she's gone crazy.
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valancius. Idira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
Damn, her voice actor cooked. The entity in your consciousness shrieks and crawls in deeper, its claws scraping against the walls of your mind, as if the presence is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner? Are you? A diviner, are you?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
Hello.
Officers frequency. To all who can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are to gather on the officers' deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officers' deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelstrad's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it! You're
Blast it.
First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
What are you doing here?
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog.
No.
And the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining.
Your blood
the
coming down the
war.
walls?
The shriek from the Navigator's
My God.
sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the Navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
We must see if the navigator as well.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the
This is
bulkheads.
intense.
What follows is calamity. But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
True. Dira, join your party. Select one, select multiple. Okay, yeah, drag a box. With the entire party and issue commands at once. Backspace. Okay, that's bad.
I tread a path unexplored.
Abadar leading the pack. I like it. Oh, open the door.
What advice do you seek?
Oh, there's text there. Door does not budge. Lots of vicious flesh have tangled the metal ceiling door shut. Okay, where are you expecting us to go here? Do this door?
Blood and mayhem shall be our anthem.
The masters demand your death.
Let's make it quick.
Fucking psycher.
Crush the feeble.
Death to the weak.
Psyker an operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses. And her psychic abilities allow her to deal damage. Analyze enemies is an operative ability which applies the exploit effect to all enemies within the line of sight. Okay. You can stack the effect. The higher the intelligence bonus is, the more exploit stacks can be afflicted. The operative hits an enemy with an exploit applied to them. The damage is okay. Get additional damage. Exposed weakness is an operative ability which can be used on a single enemy who is under the exploit effect, reaches their ability to defend, I guess. Release psycho powers against enemies. Okay. Adira. They're already injured, so I think I want to put her behind full cover. We're gonna do a forewarning on Albadard. This sounds pretty sick. And then a lightning arc on these guys, I think.
What an unfortunate turn of
Fuck yeah.
fate. Was that you? Or
Is that working now? I think it did. Okay. Sick dodge. I kind of want to deal with the Psyker first.
It will be done. Someone else can do this. I will do my duty.
Okay. Hologram. You can use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended action. Just a hologram there, select an ability. Oh, okay. So you can preview damage. So if I like, why can I not go to this guy? Go here, hologram, and then I melee strike this guy.
Ravage and conquer.
Okay, I get it.
What a satisfying demise. Ruin beckons.
Out of my way.
Can I hit this guy or no? Can't.
will do. Farewell.
Let's chase this guy down.
It will be done. Victory is imminent.
And I'm guessing whenever he tries to move, it will probably hurt him. Do this. A pistol burst. Sick. Vespieras. Creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seat and the limbs. There's too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily. The air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits in its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes, as well as the third that sits in the center of its forehead. Oh, ooh, it's got like a nasty ass arm.
I believe Master Vespidas still lives.
The
The
spiders.
servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this place alive.
Deer, what's wrong with him?
Wounded. Exhausted. Fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one.
Your time is short.
Navigator stirs, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark drop rolls from under the closed lid of the third eye and down his face, leaving behind a black trail. Time is short. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Our time is short to do what?
Fall to your knees, mortals, and behold the final dawn.
Suddenly, the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurches forward and falls back onto the seat, and then thrusts forward again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild and impetuses. The mutant remains seated, but leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous screaming mouths like a pit. Oh, mouth like pits.
It came from beyond! His body is not his!
Your scream is echoed by the sonic cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysms of the corruption.
is under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a portent of salvation within me.
Navigator continues. Damn. Navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fit stops abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze from under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with blood coming from his nose. There's purplish swelling around the eye.
Run. Flee from this place while I still have the strength. I can contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the wall. But it can't be done without the Master Helmsman's help.
Abadar, what do we do?
The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthrad and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the servo skull relayed to us earlier.
Vespaidas, good luck. And thank you.
Navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from the under the closed eyelids, and the vox at the base of his chair is bellowing out static interspersed with distant echoes of otherworldly laughter. That's metal as hell, dude. So I'm not sure which way we go.
Did I mention that my whispers tell me jokes? Jokes that, once said aloud, make your eyes bleed and blood curdle.
You interact
Talk
with
about
these?
black comedy.
Ah, loot. Defeating enemies have no longer donated their position. You can discover valuable trophies. Trophies on the right side of the trophies window. Go to your inventory. Such items can be used. Okay, you can move trophies from one side of the window to the other by dragging them to the... Okay, yeah, sure. Gonna collect all the loot.
Fate beckons me. Intriguing.
Okay, why is it paused? I paused it. Weapon sets, okay. So I think that's everything. Now we go this way. Maybe not. The thing is, I would think the map would tell us which way we need to go. It doesn't seem to be doing that.
The world trembles beneath
Go
my
back to the officer's
feet.
deck. Alright. Oh, is that all the area in it? Yes. I need to be wrapping up stream, I guess, pretty soon. So we'll get a little bit further.
Your ship's as good as ours. It's all over for you.
The mass.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall
Oh, hell yeah.
heed not their pleas.
Somebody shoot this up.
I shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my
Emperor.
I'm surprised we haven't had a game where they are the main focus, like the Sisters of Battle or whatever the hell they're called. Argenta, the white-haired warrior, turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing, the weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment it seems like she's not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face. It is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Marina von Valencius, the Lord Captain's heir.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the Dark Forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelstrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
Do you even think to do not even think to insinuate that one of the traits I will not let such an affront slide.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
She approves.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
What is the warrior of the Adeptus Sororitas doing aboard the ship? Your orders serve the the fucking orphanage.
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Of course.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lady. And heretics are not just killing the crew. Some kind of blight is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about seeing their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lady, be on your guard.
Let's get to the main hall.
Through this door. I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Word.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Okay.
The world will bow.
Some cakes. Fucking sweet ale. All. You receive new, more efficient weapon for your character. Upgrade your current equipment. Yeah, okay. What? Why are you giving me this tutorial again? This is, I mean, slightly better. I guess.
Let's seize the opportunity.
Is that all I needed to do? These are heretics. Do we have like a grenade or something?
The Emperor sets my path. As the Emperor commands, I act. But you, my Emperor!
Fuck that guy, dude.
Your Emperor won't save you.
Let's go here, and then where are my abilities? Oh, I can place them before combat starts. I should have done that.
I serve the ruinous powers. Chaos guides me.
Damn, what a shot. I think I want to go here.
What is this foreboding?
Hit everybody with the analyze. I thought I applied to everyone within range. Oh, is it just like, is it passive? Might be passive.
Anything else?
Be gone.
Full cover, yes, yes. I'm gonna shoot back at this guy. Don't miss. What the fuck?
Purpose guides me.
She's an expert in burst ranged weapons and weapons that deal damage in an area. Another one of her strengths is her mobility in combat. Run and gun is a uses it to grant extra movement speed and reduce the cost of other attack by 1 action point. Okay.
Doubt is for the weak.
So I could run. Nah, well, I got this guy on me. Probably a bad idea.
That
Never
is not the
mind.
Emperor's will.
How do I say no? I don't want to use the ability.
This is unacceptable. I refuse. I will not.
What? I don't want to use it. Do I have to use it now that I've activated it? What is happening? I'm winded. And that then, I guess.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time. Reduced to dust! I'm not interested.
Too close.
At your beck and call.
Faith shields me.
Out of my way.
Okay, if I do that, goes 1. If I do that, it goes 1. I think this is probably hard to get to.
What an unfortunate turn of fate.
He's kind of strong. Okay, things are gonna get a little crazy.
But of course.
Up his ability to dodge.
Death to non-believers.
Do that. Melee strike this guy. Doesn't kill, really. Impressive. How do I undo it then? Maybe we do... here and then that.
One step closer.
I thought it said 100%.
I reject the very idea.
This is unacceptable.
Why can I not shoot? It's because this guy is stopping me from shooting entirely? Do I need to back away from this guy? Why is that? I don't understand what's going on with her. Let me go and just kill this guy.
It will be done. I'd rather not.
F2. Nah, he'll get an attack of opportunity. We'll just wait.
Chaos guides me. Death to the weak.
Alrighty, so we're gonna do Striker Shriek on these guys probably. We'll kill the guys in the back. The easy targets can get gone. And then I guess I'll analyze one of these guys.
Will do. Anything else?
This sec? Oh, look at this. Okay, there we go. Pretty good damage.
The enemies of the Emperor will be
Take it.
undone.
Ah, 2 damage, whatever. So we do a running gun. And that allows me to what? Let me shoot twice.
Faith without deed, strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Okay. And then I can move, I guess.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I took care of this one.
There it is. What a guy.
I serve the ruinous powers.
And these guys can't hit anything. Whoops, I did not mean to do, I meant to do that. The voice. My bad.
That is not my destiny.
It is not my destiny. Shut up. Probably that. Maybe not. We get a little closer. There's a 63% chance. Why is it such a low chance? It's we gotta maybe. And then.
I'll do it.
I assume every bullet has a 37% chance, right? My God.
Someone else can do this. At your
Why is this too far?
I will do my reduced to dust.
Chaos guides me.
I bring ruin.
These guys suck. Go here and above.
Cover me.
Nice. Go. Open the door. Open the door, click on the action. Picture with the highest logic will open the thing.
Triumphant as always.
Yep, 100% die. Each skill has a different difficulty of 100. To succeed, you must have a lot of value higher. Higher your skill score, the easier it is for them to succeed. Yep.
My ascension has only just begun.
In here. Ooh, goods. Pretty gloves. Meta chargers. Explosive devices suitable for eliminating flimsy obstacles. Interesting. Same staff. Okay, never mind.
Embrace true power.
Some good over here as well. Blow up the door.
The Emperor favors me today.
Is that necessary though? I don't know.
Intriguing.
I'm at your service.
Level up.
There is a fervor in my soul.
And bring it down. Immediately grants an ally with an extra turn. Oh, okay, shit. No movement, but you can attack twice, basically. So if they're under the effect of what's a command and bring it down, you get 8 momentum. Okay. That sounds good. It was a weakness. It removes all exploits from the thing and reduces, yeah. Revel in slaughter. Immediately removes the winded effect until the end of combat. They gains a bunch of stuff. This ability becomes available after the soldier kills 3 enemies. Interesting. So if you pop run and gun, kill a bunch of people, you can do Revel in Slaughter to get rid of the negative effects of run and gun. Is that what I'm understanding?
I tread a path unexplored.
Okay, guys. Well, I kind of need to end stream, so I guess I'm gonna save here. I'm gonna save level 3 upper. I swear I can spell. And yeah, that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Oh, VG, thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Thanks so much. Yeah, it's a fun game. I enjoyed it a lot. And I can't wait to play more tomorrow. So, hope to see you guys there. See you around.